need to do is to understand how we can use technologies, how we can use the new vulnerability assessment tools that are coming and becoming more sophisticated, and how we integrate that with the sort of penetration testing element. The national security strategy is a really good thing. I mean, I think everybody should read it because I think it sets out quite a clear set of objectives, and I think what we then need to do is to put the meat under the bones in terms of actually understanding what that means and how we're going to implement it. But what we need to do is to look at what's likely to be evolving, and I think we're going to see second and third generation attack tools using artificial intelligence or augmented intelligence and big data analytics, and the attacks are going to be much more sophisticated against very small organisations. So I think we've got to get together as an industry to think about how we're going to protect people for the future in that area. So the idea that we're having a senior person from government talking about technology, talking about the importance of technology, and actually coming out with scalable solutions that we can roll out on a consistent basis, I think is awesome. He also talked quite a lot in terms of the ability for organisations to respond, and some of the work we're doing looking at the accreditation of SOC, Secure Operations Centres, I think is imperative. There's a huge number of SOCs coming through, but what we want to do is have confidence they're providing the appropriate level of protection and monitoring that we would expect. But in addition to that, we need to look at incident response, and I think that's certainly still a relatively immature market in terms of the purchases of that space, and I think again we can do something more about that. Right now we have a skills shortage, right? So that's a shortage of skills and a shortage of skilled people into the industry, which puts the premium quite high to actually get in expertise. So I think as an industry we have a social responsibility to protect everybody from the individual through to the small organisations. So I think at the very small end of the marketplace what we need to do is to use the expertise we can gather from organisations that would come to this type of an event and make sure those tools and processes and make sure an understanding is actually filtered down to those organisations. I think the real problem is what they're going to do to actually help themselves in the advent of an attack. I think we should raise everybody's level of awareness, we should make people safe online, and we should make people safe in their normal environment. What we then need to do is have almost a separate stream of activity that then encourages people to say this is a really good industry to come and join. We are short of really good quality people, and what we need to do is to have some structure in place to allow that to happen. The Cyber First scheme that's run by the NCSC I think is a really good initiative, and hopefully that's going to coordinate a lot of these other activities together so we have a more consolidated and consistent approach to that. But we can only do that if we act together and act collaboratively.